I am hungry and I haven't showered in 2 weeks. I had everything stolen from me and it was cold that night, so I had put on winter. I was 165 pounds 4 months ago. I'm 102 pounds, so I have lost over 50 pounds in 4 months. You can see how dirty my clothes are. You can see how dirty I am. I don't want to live anymore. I do not want to live anymore. I don't want to go out in some horrendous.
Welcome to Survivors Project X. Here we share a real story of people who faced addiction and ouch life situation. This is not entertainment, this is education and awareness. Please help growing up this channel, subscribe, leave a comment or like. Thank you. Every Wednesday and Saturday new video. If you have any special question for them, please let me know in the comments and I will ask.
Hi guys, it's me, Sarah. Maybe you've seen me on Survivors Project X, and this is my update. I'm happy, I'm sober, I'm doing amazing, and it's really important to me to catch up with you guys, and especially for the people who are still out there and struggling. If you see your videos, maybe you'll come across mine and know that there's hope for everybody. I'm doing incredible. I am joyous, happy, and free. I am working. I have so much love around me, family, friends, other people in recovery, and I have plans and hopes for the future. And I think hope is the most important thing. Hope is the adrenaline of the soul, and when we have a little hope, it makes all the difference. So, yeah.
Can I ask some questions?
Yes, please do.
Can I ask you about this time when I see you, your past?
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask some question?
Yes, please do.
Okay, in last one video what I filming you say you saw something, in one house.
I saw some things in there. I saw, anyway, sick.
After in the more interview you say you saw somebody die.
I found a dead man at a friend's house. He was dead in his bed, and they didn't even call the.
It's what you saw. What do you mean? It's this, or you saw something else?
Okay. Which situation?
I don't know. You
Okay,
say,
I know what you're talking about. It's two separate situations.
Can you see, or can you say please what happened? Like
What happened
you
in
saw?
the house? Because people are wondering. Is that why? There was given drugs. I'm pretty sure it was GHB. I was kept in the living room there, but when I went at one point, I'd woken up and I was really out of it, and I kind of was trying to crawl towards the bathroom, and I looked in another one of the bedrooms, and there was another woman in the bedroom who was being, I'm assuming, held against her will. And she was, not well. I got out of there, and I was really worried that, now that I look back at it sober and clean, I probably should have called somebody or done something about it, but that's just not what you're thinking about when you're living that kind of life. Plus, I don't know, I was worried that I might be being looked for.
So you saw one woman.
I saw another woman, yeah, who was
And-
in there in a bedroom, tied up in the bedroom. Yeah. And then there was another story that I was talking about. So yeah, I was a little incoherent for sure. I was kind of all over the place, especially my first video, which is actually the second video. But yeah, it was a mess. I'd been up for days, and I had just been through a lot of traumatic stuff, and obviously on a lot of heavy narcotics. So I was a little bit all over the place. The second story, actually, I explained pretty well considering my state, but there was a gentleman, I won't say his name, but there's a guy out on the streets who I used to go get high with, and we went back to an apartment he was staying in, and the man who owned the apartment was dead in the bed, and had been dead in the bed
I know this guy.
for a couple days. You may.
If I know this guy.
The guy who died, or the
Yeah.
guy? No, I doubt it, because maybe, but I don't think so. He was older, and this was, God, almost 2 years ago now, right? No, a year and a half ago. You might know the guy who brought me there, though, and who was, anyway, it's irrelevant who it is right now, but it is, the man had been dead in his bed for a few days, and they weren't calling the authorities, like, or even an ambulance, or even the man's family, because it was his house, and they were just using there and staying there, and I was really bothered by it. I said, we need to call somebody. You can't leave this guy rotting in a bed. And I think it was a couple of weeks after, like, I walked out, and I think it was a couple of weeks after that they were still partying in that place, from what I've heard. So just, you know, some really twisted things out there, but dealing with a lot of sick people, and you know, you are kind of.
And one more question. You say in last one video somebody buy you, like somebody like you was no kidnapping, but something like this, and somebody pay for you money.
So that's the same situation as the house I was in. You want to know the story of what happened? So I had met up with a friend of mine from the streets, who introduced me to a friend of hers, and this friend of hers and I started speaking and getting high together, and she asked if I wanted to go with her to a friend of hers. And I didn't know this girl, but it doesn't matter when you're high, you just kind of go with the flow. And we ended up so far. Now, I don't know Ottawa that well. Like, I know the downtown core, but I've never really lived like West End. I don't know that area at all. And we ended up in the West End in an apartment building. And then all of a sudden she was gone, and I was in and out of consciousness with the man whose house it was. And the rest I've said. So I was being GHB'd, and there was obviously another woman in there. And then when I escaped.
And you was sexual abused?
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely. But I don't have vivid memories of it all happening. I just remember bits and pieces, because I was he must have been giving me G. I've done G before, I know what it feels like. And that's definitely what I was on. Also, I was fentanyl dependent on fentanyl, so I was sick too, because I wasn't getting my fentanyl. So it was kind of a mess, you know. Now, I will say, so when I left that apartment, I told somebody this, and this person told me that they've heard that this is happening to other girls. So that's why I'm assuming that I was taken there on purpose. To maybe he had given her drugs to bring me, maybe he gave her money, I'm not sure, but I heard through the grapevine that this was not the first time that people were talking about this situation happening.
Okay. And now when you sober, you can like think your mind is clean.
Yeah, my mind's clear. Yes.
You no want to report this guy, because other girls now can suffer.
Okay. Like, hypothetically I should, of course, but I wouldn't have a name of a building. I wouldn't have an apartment. I wouldn't have I don't have those details to give them information. Do you know what I mean? I guess I could call and say, like, this is happening.
No, but this kind of crime, it's not have time of the, it can be 1 year, 2 years, 3, no matter when.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, okay, this is my logic. First of all, people who are, not that it's right, but people who are on the street, people who are homeless, addicted, prostituting, selling themselves, first of all, we're not a priority in anybody's eyes. I've been through situations before where I am quite aware that people don't care because they think that it's my own fault. But also I feel that if I was to go forward with this, I would need to have information, specific information. I don't know the name of the building. I don't know the name of the man.
No, but
I remember the general
okay,
area.
but you open to this or no? If you open, I can help you with these things too.
Yeah.
You know, if I probably see this guy and it's easy to find if you have desire, but if you don't have desire,
I'll
it's
think
okay,
about
it's just
it.
question.
It's not that I don't have a desire. My heart goes out to anybody
No, I mean,
who's
you
going
was-
through it, but I also think that it's a dangerous game, getting all involved and all of that,
But you can save some
Somebody
girls.
else. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Okay. If you one day want something to do, my number.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, and can you please tell about how you get sober experience of this? So last one time I saw you, I think it was no September, it was August.
Probably August.
August,
July,
middle of August, something
yeah.
like this. And can you say
So
what happened with
November, of course, things just continue to get worse for me. My overdoses increased for sure. I think, near the end of my using time, I was waking up from being revived or waking up in the basement of the Good Sheps after being revived at least once a week. It was really horrible. Anyway, I ended up in a crack house in Banier with some more shady people kind of staying in and out of there, and I smoked some fentanyl one night. Whether it was divine intervention or some bad drugs, I will never know. But I like to think that it was being saved from God, and I had an extremely spiritual experience that was life-changing, eye-opening. It gave me clarity, and it's given me, I think, it's filled my spiritual void, and I think that's what I struggled with for so long. And I think that generally most people who are addicted and stuck in a cycle really struggle to get out of it unless they can fill that void within them. I think we're spiritually void people when we're sick. And I always was aware of that. I've been in and out of, the rooms of recovery for many years and never understood the program because I really couldn't understand the concept of a higher power. I had this spiritual experience, and whatever it was, as I said, whether it was a bad trip or some wild drugs or God, it's given me something to hold on to. Because it was intense, and it was like a complete personality change after that day. I went into detox the next day, and I was home for Christmas, and I am coming up on
So how long you was in detox?
detox 3.5 weeks. So I went in November 22nd is my clean date, and I was home just before Christmas.
And these first days you in detox, how you feel? You remember?
There was a couple rough days. Now I didn't suffer extreme withdrawals because of the way I got off of my fentanyl. So I went onto a very, very quick morphine taper, onto a Suboxone microdose, and then onto a Sublocade shot, which generally people are supposed to be on Sublocade long term, but I've done it twice where I've just gotten off of fentanyl by doing one Sublocade shot, and for whatever reason I don't get withdrawals from it, and that was it.
And after your detox, have you show up to your house? Somebody come to pick up you?
My family came and got me from detox. Yeah, they were so happy I was home by Christmas, and as I said, it's been I've been so blessed. I haven't had the desire to use. I haven't had cravings. The things that I usually really struggle with haven't happened. I've embraced a 12-step program. You know, everybody's different. It doesn't necessarily have to be that way, but for me, I think surrounding myself with people who are struggling and who I can relate to. I've been able to find sober friends for the first time in, you know, forever. And I have a really amazing connection with my family. I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm at peace. I have spirituality in my life. I have a job.
Did you have something like hard days? Desire to like
No,
try
this
something?
time around, honestly, I know it sounds crazy, but no, it's been, I do believe also though that after my experience on the block, that was my first time ever experiencing homelessness. So like I've been through a lot, but that was probably my bottom. I believe that I have a lot of gratitude from being, because there were so many days.
So for almost this 1 year what you clean, you never have desire?
I have not had one desire to use,
Okay,
in all
amazing.
honesty. Yeah, I haven't.
Amazing.
I have using dreams sometimes, but in my dreams, it's crazy. I'm saying like, no, I'm sober. I don't want it. Does that make sense? Yeah. Or I'm walking away from it, or I'm trying to get away from it. Like there's drugs in my dreams, but I no longer am chasing after them. I'm usually running from them. Yeah.
And in your last video, you very lose weight and this all stuff like.
Yeah.
And after detox, when you come to your parents' house, how many times you need to like recuperate, to feel good?
I honestly just felt so good after I think after my experience in detox, I had so much gratitude and appreciation for life. And I had what I believe is God. This time around, I haven't struggled, but I also don't want anybody to ever think that this is just how it is, because I have been struggling since I was 13 years old into my 40s to finally have this experience of recovery. But I think it's the perfect example of never give up, because you don't know if it's going to be the 5th time, the 6th time, the 7th time, the 15th time. There might come a time for everybody out there that a miracle happens. And I feel like I was blessed with one. I don't know why, but it's different this time, and it's been really life-changing. Must be God. Must be.
If you are going to try something, depression, addiction, or suicide thoughts, you are not alone. Here are people who care, who want to listen and help. Please go to support groups are in the screen.
And how long you working?
I've been back to work for 4 months now.
4 months.
Yeah,
And
I gave myself like a good, chunk of time to just focus on me. I've done a lot of self-help, a lot of prayer, a lot of meditation, a lot of service work, a lot of just getting my life back together. And I've been very fortunate and blessed to have a family that has allowed me the time to do that.
And it was complicated to you start to work like
No, I know I'm busier.
no problem?
No, it's been
Because
great.
some people like think when you like from streets, you know, like in this, like some people no want to take you or something
Well,
like
listen,
this.
I'm only, like right now I work in a restaurant. It's not I'm only because I work hard. But I think that we can start anywhere, even with no skills.
Yeah.
Even if you gotta go to Tim Hortons or McDonald's, like really or re-educate. There's a lot of programs. You don't need a ton of money now to be, if you are willing to put the work in, there are government funding, there is opportunities for education out there. And really, as long as you work for it and put the effort in, you can do absolutely anything you wanna do. There's nothing we can't do in this country if we don't.
And can you please say something for people who only start to be clean, like very fresh, like months, 2, 3, like, and you have 1 year? Say something to these guys, like.
Yeah.
Only in.
Well, listen, everybody's different, right? This time around for me was the way it was, but every other time that I've gotten clean, it's a struggle. It's hard. There's days that you want to use, there's days that you might want to die, there's days that you don't think you can do it. There are specific things that need to be done if you're going to get clean and stay clean. Number one is nothing changes if nothing changes. So you have to change everything, and it's hard. You have to change your friends, you have to change your mindset. We have to learn to train our brains from negative to positive thinking. It's so important to have a positive outlook. The power of attraction and the energy that we put out into the world is the energy that we receive back. And I've proven it to myself time and time again. When I'm negative and my mindset is negative and I'm projecting negativity, it's all negativity that comes back to me. When I'm positive and I'm happy, and even if I have to fake it till I make it, positive things come back. Prayer, if you have beliefs, prayer works tremendously. But I think, the main thing that you have to remember is no matter how hard recovery may seem, no matter how hard staying clean may seem, you have to remember how much easier it is than the alternative of using drugs every day. It's a beautiful thing to finally be living. To live and to have peace in my soul and calm in my mind. And I think that everybody can do it.
Yesterday, I saw one more time interview with you because, like, I know I got to meet you, like, and to refresh my memory. And when I asked you 1 year ago, or like last one summer, how do you see yourself in 1 year? You say something, and it's now completely done. You sober, you with your family, you have job.
I did say that.
And like, what did you? All things what you say, it's ready. You have here.
Yeah.
And how do you see yourself now in 1 year?
Well, I am going back to finish my education next September. So, I'll be studying, this time putting my all into it. I'll have a car back, I'll be driving again. I can't explain how quickly how much you can accomplish in even just 6 months of sobriety. In 6 months of hard work and sobriety, I had all my debts paid off, I had my taxes sorted, I had savings in the bank, I had my license done, ready to go, all fixed. I had applied to school. Things can happen so fast if you just put the work in. Possibilities are endless. In a year, I'm going to be studying and living and praying to hopefully, I'll never ever say I'll never use drugs again, because
Never,
I feel like
never
that's
say never.
I feel like that's a bad omen, but you know, as long as I keep doing what I'm doing.
But now, I remember last one time you say me, you was in recovery 6 months, and
Yeah.
after you did one hit
Yeah.
because you have your life building good,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
work and this all
Yeah.
stuff. Now you can come back to this first video and watch
Yeah.
what can be.
It's although dark and hard to watch, it's really inspirational. It is. Yeah, for sure. So watching my own video.
Okay, can you please say how you like, how
Yeah.
it show up to you, like?
Yeah, so I generally watch videos, soft white underbelly, sometimes videos of homeless and addicted on Skid Row, and I mean, it's a little morbid that I do that, but I think I really relate to it, and you know, it is a reminder to me of where I don't want to be, and I was doing just that, and my own video popped up on my YouTube, and it took me like a minute to register, you know. I was like, whoa. And it was a hard afternoon. Like, I went through a lot of emotions. I cried for myself because it was just so sad to see. It reminded me of how bad it really got. I knew it was bad, but I think my physical appearance and how thin I was and how lost my eyes were it was a shock to my system. Sorry. It was a shock to my system. So yeah, but at the same time, it was inspirational. It reminded me of where I am now, and I reached out to my friend here, and I get to share my story of recovery, which is really important to me. I'm a big believer that no one suffers and goes through the kind of pain that people like myself go through if it's not to somehow get back through your story, your experience, strength, and hope, and try to help other people. Addiction gives us addiction and mental health issues and suffering of all kinds create some of the most beautiful, compassionate, empathetic, artistic, intriguing, wonderful people. I think the more you suffer, the more character you have, and the stronger you love, and the more empathy and compassion you have for others. If we can get to the other side of that, we have so much to give, so much to teach, and we can heal so many people, I think, through our experiences. So, yeah.
Okay, if you want to say something more, you can say it.
I really feel like I've said everything. Actually, I would like to say, I mean, I know a lot of the old friends that I have that are out in Ottawa won't watch their own, won't watch their own videos. But if you do, I mean, just like I recognize you in your videos, I know you recognize me, and I just want to say that I'm praying for you and that we do recover. And I really, really hope that at least one of my, old friends out on the streets gets another chance, because I think about those people so often, and it breaks my heart. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, thank you for your time and your story of amazing recovery.
Thank you.
It's a miracle. Thank you.
Thanks.
This boy don't breathe, grab my piece,